Do you want to see the most stressful day we've had on the ranch? Stay tuned.
A few years ago, we decided to quit the rat race and venture down a completely unfamiliar path in life. We sold almost all of our possessions, renovated a camper van, and toured the US looking for a piece of land to start our journey. After almost 2 years, we found our piece of paradise in the Pacific Northwest, and Pacific Pines Ranch was born. Follow along as we chase our dreams to build an off-grid shipping container home and to see our projects and adventures along the way. As we like to say on the ranch, the joy is in the journey.
Alrighty, so up there and all around this area, we are going to have some I-beams placed up there. So what we're doing right now, we are going to plasma cut this I-beam right here in this shape, kind of a little weird shape. We got this, we see this tool all the time on the internet. Finally, we just bought it because it's kind of cool actually for doing weird measurements like that. Alright, so that I-beam is going to sit on top of that tube right where the C-channel is welded to the 2 containers right there. And it will sit across these 2 tubes. So we are going to get everything set up. Another day of grind, weld, paint, repeat.
Freeze! Stop! Plasma time!
Today, I'm thankful for strong guy friends.
Oh.
Oh shit!
This beam was pretty heavy and we had a pretty difficult time trying to figure out a way to get it into place. We are riding the struggle bus. The struggle is real. After the beam was up, I welded it in place. Hello. So it's a little bit later in the day. I've already done a few things. So let me explain what we did and what we're doing. So if you can see up there, we got the first part of the horizontal beams that are gonna be part of this structure that is on the side of the house, entrance and everything. So we got that beam up there. Beyonce over there working on the other beam, getting the angles right. Let me just tell you, this freaking trapezoid shape that we did is just proving to be like pretty complicated. It's a little bit complicated because the angles are all different and takes a minute to kind of figure out like the center of things because they're not 90 degrees and like the beam is bigger than the tube and yeah, anyways, whatever. So it took us a minute to kind of like figure out all the angles and the measurements and things like that. So, but we did it. So that's the important part. So if you see up there, the angle of that one, I forget what it is. But yeah, anyways, so we have other yellow beams over there that will go across these 4 poles and tubes, these 4 tubes, and then one that's over there that will go on the 2 tubes on the end, right there and right there, if you can see. So today we are just working on the tubes on each opposite side and the beams that go on the tubes on each opposite side. Oh! And then in the next couple of days we'll work on the long side because we have to figure out a way to lift the beams up. So, voila. We didn't have a solid place to put the ladder where the second pole is, which is ultimately what made this step so difficult. We ended up working into the night and we could not make it work, so we had to stop. Okay. So, as you can see, we worked really late into the night yesterday and were unsuccessful at placing this beam. We just couldn't do it. Every way that we tried, it was just too sketchy. We just couldn't. We tried a hoist, we tried lifting it, we tried all those things. I think we have a way to get it situated, but it's a little bit more of a setup than most. So I am going to take a leftover C-channel, weld it to the top, or not the top, but like the middle of this container sticking out. And then we're gonna put the chain hoist there. So when it lifts it more towards the middle, because right now it's lifting it that way. And when we get it to that point, it's like this, and it's just really sketchy. It's like, we don't want it to fall on the concrete slab that we just poured. That would be a nightmare. So whatever, anyways, we're just having a lot of issues. So hopefully today will be better. Today we are going to put the 27-foot beam on the other side. So for that, we're gonna have to weld a tube on each I-beam and attach the electric winch and the chain joist to try to lift it. Oh my god. So cross your fingers for us, because it's looking like it's gonna be a long day. But anyways, so we're just gonna go up there, get everything set up, and try to get this freaking beam up there. The beam isn't super heavy by itself, but it has to be placed in a spot that's really hard to reach, which is why it ended up being so complicated. The C-channel needed some support near the base, so we added a piece of tubing that we had on site to strengthen it. This is just temporary, and we will eventually remove both of these when we're finished. And of course my camera batteries died. What's new? So I missed us getting it into place. Sorry guys. Once the beam was set, I welded it into place. Oh my god, we did it. That was so hard. Everything that we tried was like not working well. Finally we had to weld this little post kind of up there out of some scrap to attach the chain hoist to. But what's important is we got it up and now we can move forward. So it'll be a little sketchy when we have to do the beam that's gonna go across all of these, but we'll see how it goes. Crazy. Afterwards, I brought the manager out on site to check our work. So here's the beam that we welded together. I think the extra piece we put back over there. Here you can see this will be on the inside, so we didn't grind it down, but the top is flush. And my husband, the metal sculptor over there, did this beautiful finish on this side. So, can't even tell. Oh man. Alright, so another unsuccessful day. I mean, we got a lot done, but we were hoping to have the beam up. It's dark, we have to stop. We didn't get the beam up. I don't even know if you can see me in the video right now, but we're just gonna call it a night and get back at it tomorrow. So, it's life sometimes. Doesn't really matter if we do it today or tomorrow. It's no big deal, but just a little bit disappointing because I was hoping to have it done today so we could move on to something else tomorrow. But anyways, all right, see you tomorrow. Hello everybody, it's a new day and hopefully we are going to finish the yellow beams today. That's the goal. Yesterday I didn't really have time to film too much. I got a couple of different things on camera. Of course, it was like one of those days where we were kind of like really, not like in a rush, but we needed to keep a steady pace, and all of my cameras died and like the memory cards were full, and it was a hard day to be honest. So yeah, today's a new day and hopefully today will be better. We are going to be placing the last I-beam up on the structure, and that's kind of it for today. So after that we need to figure out a few different aspects of the next part of this side structure we're building. So yeah, I welded two of the beams together to create this long piece because the longest beam that we had was 25 feet and we needed just over 27 feet. So I welded the extra piece onto the other one, which was also super difficult to do because we don't really have like a lot of flat spots, especially on the ground. So we had to basically clamp the beam to the steel tubing that we have to make sure that it's straight, and they are salvaged beams, so the one is just a little bit, not really bent, but it's a tiny bit warped. So it was a little bit tricky trying to like line them up and make sure that they're straight because they need to, it needs to be straight enough to sit on the 4 tubes that are on the one side of the house. So a lot of little things just accumulating, making it a little bit complicated, but we made it through, welded the beam. The beam is good to go. Viat right now is grinding the angle down to make sure that it's all flush and cleaning off like the slag from the plasma cutter, and yeah. So I am going to go gather all the tools that we need and hopefully get the beam up. So cross your fingers for us.
The plan is to lift the beam on top of these I-beams, then connect it to the winch and the chain hoist, then lift it into place. For reference, the beam weighs about 700 pounds.
Yeah. This is good. The dash is at the max.
an angle, and it was hooked out onto the point of the, it went around the side of the angle cut on the block.
Okay, I should go up. Oh, the cable was against the stuff?
Yeah.
Do you want me to replace you? Mine is way faster, babe. Yeah?
Once it clears that hole, 4 inch,
Once
it's
you
gonna,
guys, she will have another ping very soon, babe. 1, 2,
it's gonna
3.
swing back. Swing back. Okay, you're up.
Alright, let's put my strap now to kind of secure it.
Okay, what should I do?
Not yet.
You're good, babe.
Just put the strap, hook it to the bottom of that I-beam, and
Yeah.
so it'll tweak it back straight, and then lower it down. And
Okay.
Woo!
tits up,
Stressful,
they'd say.
100%. I need to take some medication soon.
Yeah.
Exactly how it's planned.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Wow, that was an extremely long 3 days of getting the beams up, but we did it. Yeah. But yeah, holy crap, I'm dead. I'm just really, really burnt out from the mental and physical exertion of doing that and the stress, and yeah, that was totally crazy. We're totally crazy, but everything went well. Let me take you around and show you how it all is. So this beam is all good. And then that's from the inside. And
Soon we are removing all the brace from the bottom. We have so much like cycling.
so yeah, everything's all good. We got the tubes. Actually, we have about 90% of it welded, but now that we need to start working on top of the yellow beams, I think we are gonna have to rent like the little, I don't know what the name of it is, but the little lift that like lifts you or equipment or whatever up, because now we're gonna start to be like 30-ish feet in the air and doing structural steel. So yeah, I think we'll have to do that. Rent that to finish welding the tubes to the beams and the beams to the beams on the outside. Like that opposite corner, but on the outside of where the tube meets the beam, same. And then over there, the same. And then over there also as well, I have to weld. This side is completely welded because, as you can see, our beautiful slab. So yeah, super long day. I'm just gonna take tonight to rest. I mean, it's already like 8 p.m. anyway, so yeah, long day. But yeah. Hello. Nice day today out on the ranch, and if I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I am absolutely exhausted and a little bit stressed out. We have been going hard for pretty much the whole summer. We haven't really had more than like a few days off, and our days off are usually doing chores like laundry, dishes, and stuff like that, so not really like a day off. So me and Viant are really tired. I know I can probably see it in my face. And time is ticking. The rain will be here soon, and we have a lot to do. And we really need to get the roof structure on, because when we go to, we just need to we just need to get the roof on. So with all that being said, today we are working on finishing welding the beams on the side to the tubes, and then after that we are going to start to do the next level of there. On Tuesday we get a 50-foot I-beam delivered. That's going to go on top on the side of the tubes that we will install. So I am just going to gear up, and we are just going to jump right in, and hopefully we will get a lot done. So we finished most of the welds up there. Now we are working on the last one, and let me show you how sketchy this is. I'm confident in it because it's clamped onto the I-beam, but like, hope you're not afraid of heights. I was, but I still am, but you kind of get used to it after a while, weirdly enough. So Viant is up there. You can't really see, it's kind of dark, but clamping the ladder to the top right there, and then I'm gonna weld the tube to the beam and all around. So last one.
go! Yeah!
Woo! Long day, but got everything welded in place. We got the beams and the tubes and the containers all welded together. So this is good. Everything's great. Everything went well. It was a little sketchy doing the ladder so high, but yeah, all good. We've made it to the end of another step in our crazy container house project. These few days were some of the most stressful days we've ever had on the ranch. Placing these beams are just the beginning though. Wait until you see what's coming next. It only gets better, and I'll give you a little hint, this is not the end of the winch. Just wait. Coming up next on Pacific Pines Ranch.
It's from the 70s, that look like.
Help support our channel by leaving a comment, liking, and sharing this video. And always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with our projects and adventures on the ranch. We put out new videos every Saturday and sometimes even during the week, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.